At a certain point, it's not about motivation anymore, right? At a certain point, it's not about inspiration anymore. At a certain point, we all get to a stage where another YouTube video is not really going to help, right? Another podcast episode is not really going to do anything, right? Another stroll down Instagram lane is not really going to move the needle. We get to a spot where it's just time to put your reps in, right? No more talk, action. No more strategy, action. No more thinking, right? It's time for some doing. There comes a point where we've got to start putting some work in. There comes a point where we've got to put our heads down, we've got to grind, and we've got to get to work. Hey guys, Jim Schultz here with you guys for The Daily Shred. And that's what I want to talk about here today. I want to talk about what putting your reps in looks like from a training standpoint and a nutrition standpoint. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 30, maybe 60 minutes, and I want you to map out all of your training and all of your nutrition for the next 5 to 10 weeks. But here's the catch. You're only going to work with what's up inside your noggin right now. Like whatever knowledge you currently possess, that's what we're going to use as our guiding force. Let's start with the training aspect of things. I want you to intelligently design your program. I want you to build out your split. What days will you train, right? Where will you train? What time of the day will you train? Which muscles will you hit on which days? I want you to think about everything. What is your ultimate goal? Other than world domination, obviously. What are you focusing on? Strength, hypertrophy, speed, all of the above. Write it all down. Next up, pick your movements. All of them. Right? I want you to write all these guys down. I want you to pick the movement, pick the reps, pick the sets, pick everything, pick the tempo. I don't want you drifting when you're in the gym. I don't want you just floating around on the rubber mats, right? We want some direction while we are in the gym. So figure all those guys out now, right? I mean, there's something to be said for having a nice structure in place. This is why we have built out the complete, robust, dynamic progress logs that all the athletes use inside of Full Throttle Fat Loss, right? There's something to be said for all of this. But now that you've got it in place, it's time to act, right? Now that you've got these things figured out from a training standpoint, it's time to move. Or in the sage words of our good friend Tin Cup, it's time to grip it and rip it. Because here's the reality, man. Here's what we so easily forget. The physique that you want, it's going to come from everything that happens next, right? Everything you've done to this point. All the planning, all the strategizing, all the pondering, all the ruminating, all the debating. None of that's going to matter. None of that is going to make an iota of a change, right? A plan on paper is just not a plan in action. So the time to move has arrived. All right, so now what about nutrition? It's very simple. Just do it. Go. Execute. Act, right? For just a minute, let's forget about, oh, should I eat 210 grams of carbs? Or should I eat 185 grams of carbs? Should my biggest meal of the day be breakfast? Or should the biggest meal of the day be lunch, right? Am I going almond butter? Am I going peanut butter? Like, which way am I going to play this, right? For just a hot second, let's forget about all that stuff. And let's just start executing, right? If macros are your jam, as they should be, right? We've probably got 20 to 30 minutes left of our little 60-minute allotment from earlier. Hey, take a few minutes, map it out. Figure out how you're going to play this thing. Are you going to carb cycle? Are you going to keep it the same every day? Are you going to refeed every week? Are you going to refeed every month? Are you going to refeed every 3 days? Like, how are you going to play this thing, right? Take some time to kind of strategize how this thing is going to shake out. And then, go do it. Oh, but Jim, Jeff Shepard said X, and Lane Norton said Y. You know what, man? If you even know who those people are, if you even know who those dudes are, then I'm willing to bet you've got enough knowledge up in that noggin to make some good decisions, right? You've got enough, information for you to make some really informed choices moving forward. So let's forget about all the details. Let's, forget about trying to dot every I and cross every T, and let's just start implementing. Right? Let's just start executing. No more hypothesizing. No more strategizing, right? No more debating, no more pondering, no more ruminating. It's time for some good old-fashioned implementing, right? That's what we're going to focus on. Samuel Johnson has a great quote that applies perfectly to what we're talking about here today. So I'll read this for you guys right now. The chains of habit are too weak to be fed until they are too strong to be broken. In other words, this is how habits are built, right? Under the radar, in the background, right? At the subatomic level, just acting, just doing, right? Just executing, just putting those reps in day after day and hour after hour and week after week. This is how habits are built. And come on, guys, is this not what you want? Is this not what I want? Is this not what we all want? Is this not what we all want in the world of fitness? That's what I was going for there. We want actual change, right? We want new habits. We want to alter our physiques, and we want to keep that physique, right? We're going to bust our tails and just, work our humps off for a brand new physique and then just give it all away. I've done that too many times in my career, right? Early on in my career, I've done that many, many times, and I'd be willing to bet you've done it too. Well, you know what? It's time to do something differently, right? It's time to do something differently this time. And I believe it starts with just putting your reps in. I believe it starts right now with just getting the work done. Hey guys, let's not forget, you can always adjust, right? Let's not forget, you're not married to anything inside of the fitness world, right? You go in there starting off with heavy weights, thinking you're going to love heavy weights, and you don't like it, your joints don't like it, your tendons don't like it, then change. Do some light weights, right? There's no thing, there's no manual, there's no rule that says you have to train with heavy weights, right? Start off eating 4 days a week, and you find yourself kind of hungry at 3:30, 4 o'clock p.m. every single day, where you just kind of want to sneak off the reservation and grab a few snacks that are maybe off the protocol, that are maybe not fitting your daily macros. Hey, you need to switch this to a 5 meal a day protocol. That might make a lot more sense. 5 days a meal. That's probably not what we want to do. 5 meals a day might make a lot more sense. Let's not forget, guys, we don't need to nail the perfect protocol on the outset. We don't need the perfect program, right, when everything just starts out. I think we so often feel this way. We forget that we can adjust. We forget that we are the quarterback. We forget that we can go up to the line of scrimmage, and if we don't like what we see, we can call an audible. We can change the play. We don't have to run into an 8-man front. We can pass, right? And we don't have to pass into, nickel coverage. We can run. We have all the leverage here. We are calling the shots. And so, man, just get out there today and put your reps in. Just get out there today and get something done. All right, guys, that's it, man. That's all I have for you guys today. Just something that's been on my heart, been on my mind lately. Kind of light on the tactics, kind of light on the specifics, and kind of heavy on the mindset, right? Kind of heavy on the thing that's actually going to matter. Because in the end, I love tactics. I love strategies. I love all the stuff on the front lines and all the brass tacks type of discussion. I love it all. But in the end, it's not going to matter. In the end, it doesn't really make that big of a difference. What really matters is, can you consistently do the thing? That's what matters. So that's what I wanted to focus on today. But hey, if you guys like this video, man, you want to hit it with a like, that would really help. If you want to share it with a friend, that would also help. If you want to subscribe to the channel, if you are brand new, hey, we would love to have you on board. And I'll see you guys next time.